Little shifty Adam Schiff. He's got the perfect head, I say it. People say, oh, that's not a nice way. Shifty Adam Schiff, right? He's not a dummy, but a total fraud. No, you know what this represents? Watermelon head. So I said watermelon head. And people said, that's not a nice thing. I said, this guy tried to destroy a lot of very good people. He's a bad guy. He's a crooked person. He made a speech on the perfect phone call I made to the Ukrainian president. It was a perfect call. And he made a speech, and he imitated what I said. And I said, that's not what I said. It bore no relationship. And then we produced, fortunately, a transcript of the exact call, right down to the word. Right down to the word. And he sort of slinked back. And I said, this is great. We're going to sue his ass off. And you know what he said? They said to me, sir, if you lie in the United States Congress, you can't be sued. You're immune. So the speech he made was total, you know what? I won't use it because my wife always says, she always says, darling, don't use the word bullshit. So I'm not going to use it. I'm telling you, First Lady. She said, don't use that word. He said, please don't use that word, so I didn't. Remember, first it was Russia, Russia, Russia. This is what I went through, and yet we still had probably the most successful, one of the very most successful presidencies, and this is what I went through. Russia, Russia, Russia. Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. The Mueller witch hunt where the conclusion was no collusion. Do you think Biden can say that? Think of that. Do you think Biden can say that? I don't think so. And impeachment hoax number one. Impeachment hoax number two. They went after a guy named Roger Stone, who's sitting in the office. Come here, sit down. Look at this. Wow. And right now, he's cleaner than anybody in this place. No, they treated him very unfairly. And I'll say this in front of Roger, he's no baby. His wife knows that. His wife is better than he is, by the way. But she knows that better than anybody. Thank you, darling, for being here. That's very nice. No, I see him sitting here. I like them. They're great. But they treated him very unfairly. What they did was so unfair, so unfair. And this is happening to many, many, many people. Can't let it happen. It's become like a political, disgusting war. And it didn't happen very much, or hopefully at all, on the Republican side. But you know what goes around comes around. They have to be very careful. They have to be very careful. The censorship of the Biden family corruption story is Russia disinformation by the FBI and Facebook. Remember when the FBI went up and they said that the laptop from hell, and the incredible woman that wrote that book, and Miranda Devine, she's incredible. But she actually told me, she said, thank you for that name, because I think that was one of my beauties, too. We have a lot of beauties. But she wrote a great book about it. And it was indeed the laptop from hell, and you don't see anything happening. It's a laptop from hell. And it's incredible. But they went up to Facebook and others, the FBI, like they're working for the Democrat Party, which they are, of course. They have been for a long time. And they said, this is absolute Russia stuff. No,